Hi all, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Elliott Wave News channel by Wave Strategy Advisors. And I'm sure you have been following me over past few weeks. And if you have been doing that, you have been able to capture the entire move of the market from up top to down, from bottom to the up right now, which is ongoing. And prices have clearly moved as per the pattern which we discussed in previous week. It has respected the time cycles extremely well. The time cycle, the low was formed exactly a day or two after the time cycle low, and that has worked out brilliantly. And we can clearly see the momentum also picked up in today's session when Nifty nearly touched 100 points of up move. Uh, the overall tone when we turn positive was when Nifty crossed the level of 9850. We have been bullish, and we have been expecting that to happen. If you refer my previous week's Friday webinar, you can see that I have been bullish all the while from there when the time cycle low was formed, and Nifty is already up by more than 150 points from those levels after the discussion. So that is very important, and this has happened despite of the event of RBI which happened a few days back, and even when there was no such strong positive outcome from the event, uh, Nifty has continued to move on the upside. Bank Nifty is yet to show a strong trend, but nevertheless, in today's session, it still participated and showed some positive ticks. So there is a possibility now Bank Nifty can start leading the rally again. It's going to be very important to see how much of Bank Nifty can contribute to the Nifty movement, because that has been the leading sector. It was the first sector to start falling, and then Nifty followed when there was a move down from 10,180 on Nifty towards the level of 9690. That move was perfectly captured as per the pattern, which we thought was wave D on the downside, and the current ongoing up move is looking like wave E, which is probably a wave E of an extracting triangle. If that is the case, then this is the final push on the upside, or wave E of a diametric pattern. If that is the case, then we might have few more weeks of up, down, and up move. So that is how price are going to behave. Let us also look at how the stocks are doing overall. So if you look at overall, there has been a strong buying across the metal space. If you look at the stocks like Tata Steel, Hindalco, Vedanta, those have been outperforming. At the same time, in yesterday's session, from the commodity space, look at copper. Copper showed a very sharp rise of nearly 3%. It's not very often to see base metal strongly outperforming to the extent of 3%. That is what we saw. So that is why we are seeing a strong momentum in the metal space in today's session. So metal space is something that one has to keep an eye on. Energy is another thing that one can look forward to. Cement is also a sector which can outperform. So these are the few sectors that have been outperforming. On the other side, if you look at a few stocks, something like ICICI Bank, it is still not contributed anywhere in this rally. So ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, BHAIL to some extent, L&T. So these stocks are ADAG group stocks for no reason. So these stocks have still not contributed in the current up move. So it's going to be very interesting. It looks like there is going to be a selective move which is going to happen in this leg. And this is a very typical behavior of wave E which we are seeing. So wave personality is perfectly matching with that of the movement that we are seeing across the market. So stock selection is going to be the key when you are trading in the current scenario. And at the same time, ensuring a decent risk reward is very, very important, because if you just enter based on the momentum, you might not get it. So trading intraday might not be very easy, because not necessarily that stock generates the momentum on the upside or downside during that phase. And that's why you need to identify a stock or the sector that has been an outperformer and probably create long positions in those outperforming stock or the sector. So let us now have a look at the chart of Nifty. This is the website wavestrategy.com. On this website, there is a section of charts, so you can post. You can actually use this chart section to plot a daily chart over here. It's not updated for today's close, but you can see the movement until yesterday. So this is a very, very important way of looking at the prices. So if you just try to zoom in and look at this price, you will find that we are currently here. So we had a 100-point rally. So we are currently around this zone. So if you look at it in this move, not a single close has been below the prior day's low. So that is a very simple aspect in which you can evaluate what is the trend and which way to follow the trend, how to follow the trend. So unless and until we see a close below the low, one should hold on to the long positions which we asked to initiate around this zone. So the long positions are still intact. So we have been able to capture the entire down move from here till here precisely, and also now the up move which is currently ongoing. It's prudent to avoid catching a top as of now because there is no distribution which has happened. So there is a possibility we might continue to move up for some time and then start seeing some kind of a range bound action. Over here, you can also apply indicators. You can apply various types of indicators and moving averages. So if you apply here a simple moving average, now these are trend following systems that you can apply. If you apply a simple moving average of exponential moving average, you can see here how precisely this moving average has been working. So this is a 9-day exponential moving average, which has worked out very well. So prices are now here and the exponential moving average is also moving up. So as long as price manage to sustain about 9 days exponential moving average, the trend will remain positive for the upcoming week. What's going to be important is you have to look at the internal structure. Let me now share across my hourly chart screen. So this is the daily chart. You can plot your own charts from this website wavestrategy.com on the chart section. If you can also save it and share it across on the traders forum. So if you go to traders forum, there are a lot of discussions. You can share it across from there. In case you want to find out any specific stock, you can come here and probably type out Reliance, and you will be able to see that stock price movement. So you can do that. Also, you can directly select it from here as well. Or on the right hand side, if you want to plot Bank Nifty, if you just click on Bank Nifty, then the Bank Nifty chart will open, Sensex, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's now move on to the another hourly chart, which is very important to see in order to understand what is the short-term trend of the market and what are the internal structures that we see. So if you remember, last week we discussed about this time cycle, and I told that if the time cycle is working, we should start seeing an upward move, and that is what is exactly happening. We are seeing an upward pressure on the prices, and it is approaching towards the lower trend line. So this was a support line before. This trend line can now act as a resistance. So it's very important to keep a watch on how prices behave from here on near this trend line. That's one point. And also, if this is wave E of the extracting triangle, so this was wave A on the upside, wave B completed here. We had wave C, wave D on the downside, and wave E ongoing. So this wave E should not cross about 10,100. Otherwise, it will become bigger than this wave B which was there. So wave E should be smaller than wave B. So 10,100 is the deciding factor for the ongoing trend. So that is what is important. And if you look at an hourly chart, we can clearly see that prices are moving on the upside in a step fashion. So we are seeing a movement in a step fashion. So there was a move on the upside, consolidation, up move, and the up move is sharp. The consolidation is overlapping and slow. Same thing here, up move is sharp, sideways, and up move. So this is the trend which is ongoing, and this is definitely positive as of now. One should follow a trailing stop method. If you refer our daily research report, Financial Wave short-term update, you can see the trailing stop method levels that we have been mentioning, and if you have been following it, you are already in the money in this up move, and it's better to keep following those levels. And we will also be hinting and alerting in the update when we see there is a possible reversal. We will be publishing a monthly research report which covers global markets along with Indian markets, view on Nifty and Bank Nifty, currencies and other things. And you can also get access to that, which will be providing the overall medium-term outlook on the markets as well. So in a nutshell, the next week we are expecting that the trend is right now positive. We will be keeping a close watch how it behaves near 10,020 odd levels. If it manages to go above that, then we might be headed much higher. Avoid for now, as long as the important support levels are intact. Those support levels, you can find it in our daily research report, Financial Wave short-term update. And also my team said they have launched some short-term, some Diwali offer, so you can avail that. You can visit the website wavestrategy.com and get access to those offers which is there. I'll be more than happy to address any queries or doubts which you might have. You can drop an email at helpdesk@wavesstrategy.com or call us on 99204 22202. Again, this webinar is for educational purpose. Any actions you shouldn't be taking only on this. You should refer the research reports with key levels that are mentioned there before trading or initiating any positions. For now, to conclude, we are in wave E. This wave E can be of an expecting triangle or a diametric, which will be decided by the level of 10,100. Keep a close watch. As of now, there are no reversal signs. It's better to stay on the side on the direction of the up move. For positions initiated at 9850, you keep using the trailing stop method. We are decently in the money, and follow that. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend. See you again same time next week, 4 p.m. on Friday. Thanks a lot.